Good morning. It's Friday. It's the day after Christmas.
It is, and I am so glad I woke up this morning.
That's a good thing.
This is where people, Jill and I just asked each other, did you have a good Christmas? Did you have this? And right away, I said we had these many celebrations, translation. I'm a little tired, but
Yeah.
it was all pleasant. Let's put it that way. And instead of saying it's good or bad, because I said good, looking at things as pleasant or unpleasant, and it's okay to say when things are unpleasant, everything was pleasant. And then there's the scale of elation or not. I also know for some very dear friends that it was a really, really hard holiday time. And we're not done. We still have New Year's, and this is still considered holiday time. But it was, for me, it was all pleasant. I have no huge anxieties afterwards. How about you, Jill?
It's been low key. We were
Yeah.
supposed to not be low key. I was supposed to have driven out to Arizona on Christmas Eve after church and things, and the weather gods had other ideas.
Mm-hmm.
In California, if you haven't watched the maps, we have had some pretty intense flooding. I've been perfectly safe at my little corner of the world, but my county has not been. And our neighboring county has not been, and we're the largest counties in the state. And we just have had kind of quiet stay out of the rain. Church was pretty. The people we have seen, it's been nice. And then I'm taking my daughter who lives here with me to Arizona tomorrow morning, and we'll stay overnight there. And then we'll come home.
Good. And probably because I'm older. Oh, there's Steve. Oh, good.
I'm going to try and bring him on.
Yeah, see if you can get him in.
Yep.
Did he get the link?
I'm sending the link now.
Awesome. And by the way, anybody else that's listening, Jill and I are pajama-esque. And pajama-esque is a great way to say it. And if you want to join us, just hop on. And Ian, if you're there, and Deborah Rickmeyer or whoever else might be showing up. And, I would, of course, you won't be showing up after 12:30, but if you'd like to just stop on by and be part of the show, that would be great.
And I'll be sending them in your Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
Just so that you know that's where to find it.
So, where was I going with this? See, it's been a lot of stuff. And so my brain is a little foggier today. Jill was talking about her weather and what she's doing. And, the weather has been unseasonably warm here the last couple days. And I know it's in the 60s right now. I just wanted to wear my my new bathrobe, which is the right consistency. And that's what I wanted to wear today in my little elf shirt. And I did buy myself a new sweater, holiday sweater. That's not too ugly, actually. I like it. Yeah.
And there's Steve.
Oh, there is Steve.
Welcome. And he's our Jewish Santa Claus.
He is. I love it. I love it.
We got the jammies and everything.
Excellent.
Good.
Wearing the fur babies.
Are you wearing are you wearing, you said your jammies. Do you have coffee there? Yes.
There you go.
You
Do you have a favorite holiday cup that you use?
I do. I just didn't get it filled up in time, and but Solange to all my other friends.
I had cats today to feed. My friends decided to take off for Chicago, and that's how they wanted to spend their holiday, just the three of them up there. And they're seeing museums today. And I said I would take care of their cats. So they're right in town here. I had delicious gas station coffee because it really is good at
Jack
this.
Box is always the best.
What do you have, Jack Flash?
No, no, I have my own because it's the best, you know.
Oh, okay.
Everybody comes here for the coffee, so what can I say?
I had Casey's coffee, and it is really good. Yes.
I had homemade coffee.
Yes.
But I'm about to go have gas station coffee the next 24 hours.
Yeah.
Be
And
careful
I'm
in Arizona.
No. There are some good coffees out there.
I have discovered who doesn't have good coffee.
Yes, I bet you have. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. We're going to try and do it better this time.
Yeah. Well,
Actually,
go ahead, Steve.
I need a cup. I'm going to get this new man who did give me a card just now, a little late, with an ugly sweater on it. Here you go.
Nice.
Oh.
You know, I've got the sweater, and you know, we can just do it that way.
There you go.
Perfect.
Tomped us up.
There you go.
Yes.
Love it.
Oh yeah.
He's actually going to get me a beautiful cup so I can transfer this into a nice standard Christmas cup.
Oh, nice. Steve, I have a couple Hanukkah cups. Do you have Hanukkah cups?
I do. We got it all.
Yeah.
You know,
Jill?
Harrell was an Irishman by choice. There you go.
Yes. There you go.
I actually don't have a Christmas cup anymore. We when we downsized, I sent the things that you only use once a year out for donation for the most part because it wasn't space. So I usually just use my grandma cup because that's my favorite
cup. Oh, yes.
Cup, or I have a chipped dog mom cup, or I have my cup that my friend Yael made me that's got Fred's face on it.
Oh.
Those are my rotation.
Oh, that is really sweet. I'll show this one. This was made by one of my grandkids maybe 4 years ago or 3 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah, isn't that sweet?
Gorgeous.
That is an adorable. Can you describe that for people who were listening?
Oh, for those that are listening, it looks like a giant polar bear holding a rainbow, and there's stars in the dark sky behind it. Yeah. And that's drawn by Evie. Yeah. In fact, it says loved by Evie right here. Yeah. So her dad had these made. Oh, what is that?
This is a new Christmas duck, and our darling puppy Lily just brought it to me. She's sitting next to me with her face staring up, and chaos is about to ensue.
Oh, lovely. Well, I don't like to forget pets either. And so I didn't get I sort of rotate with the pets, but this year my granddaughter added a kitten. She has like some special breed of a hamster. It looks like a mouse with its tail cut off because it's that small of a hamster. And then there's also, she has a dog. So the dog got something, the cat got dental treats, and the hamster got teeny weeny little treats. And so she was like squealing that this was all in her stocking, or a stocking that had cats on it. So I don't have a hamster stocking. I stop at dogs and cats.
My sister has a tradition that they started accidentally with their dog. who's now quite a senior, but doesn't know it at Christmas time. So when we were down at her house on Christmas Eve morning, we were opening presents, and the dog believes that every time a round of presents are opened, the dog gets to open a present. And they actually have stocked the dog's stocking with enough toys that no matter how many people come over, every time presents are opened, dog gets a present every round.
Oh,
And so we had to do that, and it was just precious.
oh,
If you're not a dog person, it doesn't sound that cute, but it is.
it is. And if you're a cat person, Steve, do you have dogs or cats?
Both.
Ah, well,
Paul brought a cat to our life, and then Buddy, named Buddy.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Honor got her a yearly annual bone last night for dinner.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're very well loved and spoiled, as we all do.
Oscar loves to chase the wrapping paper. And so, that football, like tabletop football, where they take paper and put it into triangles and then you get it over the goal line. Daryl and I were counting how many goals Oscar got by how many things he shoved under the couch or hit under the couch. And he's just waiting for us to move the couch to get the paper back, which we will. Yeah.
Hey, we've got people watching from the Rebellious Widow page and from the Jill Johnson Young LCSW page. If you can take yourself to facebook.com/Friday Grief Chat, that will put you where we can bring you on to the show with us if you'd like to join us.
Come on down, buddy.
Come on over. We've got people over there, but they're watching from other places.
Where, Jill, do you know who they are?
I don't know. It doesn't tell me.
Oh, it doesn't in the...
No, it just shows me where they're coming from. Yeah.
Got it. Oh.
On here. We need to get Ian on here.
Yeah, that would be great. You probably talk to him more than we do. Maybe not more than I do, but definitely.
He's a beautiful soul, and what a great person that has come into my life on top.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
How I met Ian was through through his business at the time, and I was running a conference on a cruise ship. Who knew there were so many rules on a cruise ship that have nothing to do with hotels? And so we fell in love with each other immediately. I mean, just spiritual companions. And we felt it right away. And then him and Daryl, of course. And yeah, Daryl was on the cruise then too. Yeah. So it was quite the conference. And now the only cruise I go on for a conference is with Jill up in La Crosse, Wisconsin.
And that's a cruise on the mighty Mississippi.
Yes, it is.
Couple of hours, a few drinks, some snacks. You got to bring your snacks on board.
Well, I think we all need to go over to Europe, to Italy there, and you need to do the broadcast from his B&B over there. It's,
Oh, wouldn't that be fabulous?
Absolutely.
In the middle of the night.
No. It is, he's 7 hours ahead of us.
Yeah.
So for me, it's 7 p.m.
All right.
We could do it from his table. You don't go into the kitchen. I just want everybody to know that. No. But the dining room is fair game.
All right. We should work on that then.
And he'll feed us.
Say again?
And he will feed us.
Oh my God. And Jill, I may have to have you do a taste test of something I found that is not U.S. wheat. So there you go.
That would be lovely.
Yeah. It's shortbread. Yeah.
It would be wonderful.
So I'm going to put a question out to everybody. if anybody has, because today was sort of like, let's just hang out, drink coffee and stuff. So here's my question. And when, because Jill and I are working on something, so that's why I'm putting the question out. When was your, and very short, loneliest moment? Were there people around, not people around? Were there, you're not always lonely when you're alone. I'm certainly not. I entertain myself all the time. But what was your loneliest moment? Not sad, but lonely.
And that can include an anticipatory grief as well.
Yes. Yes.
It absolutely can.
Yeah. Like anticipatory, meaning, maybe the person hasn't died. Maybe you haven't lost your job yet. Maybe you're not divorced yet. Maybe you just have feelings of estrangement, but it hasn't left. Maybe you're getting ready to leave your spouse. Maybe you had a fire and, you sort of come out of the shock, or maybe a friend, you're breaking up with a friend. I mean, there's lots of different ideas about lonely. So, Jill, Steve, what could you share with our audience?
I just had one come right forward that I hadn't thought about in literally years. I did blog about it at the time, and it is included in a snippet, I think, in my book, if I remember correctly. But when my first wife, Linda, was still alive, she worked until as close to the end as she could. She didn't retire until probably 5 months before she died, because she was determined to keep bringing in the highest income, because she was a nurse and I was just a social worker. But when she was home, she was in bed because she was exhausted, because she had pulmonary fibrosis and heart failure, and that just literally takes the wind out of you. So I went to dinner with some folks who were BFFs at the time, and some friends of theirs, and they were talking about how they would like to go on a group vacation to rent a houseboat on Lake Mead, which is on the Colorado, which it's a thing people do in the Southwest sometimes. And they were all excited, and they were going to use, water toys and do all the things. And sorry, had to grab the boy. And I remember saying, yeah, we can't do that. And they said, but why not? I said, well, we have to bring oxygen, and it has to plug in. And if the battery isn't strong enough on the boat, then the alarm will go off, and we'll have to bring tanks. And yeah, Linda can't do the slides because the heart failure is too much. And our kids have special needs, and they can't sleep in a bunk room. And the conversation completely moved over to how the rest of them would be able to have this wonderful vacation. And we just got wiped out, because there isn't room in the world for folks who have young children and a younger person dying, that you don't fit the picture of what life is supposed to be. And then probably 3 weeks later, we all went out to dinner. At that point, they were like, oh, we should probably do something Linda could do too. So we went out to dinner. But at dinner, they wanted to then go out and go dancing. And you can't go out dancing when you've used all your energy to go out to dinner and go out to dinner. And you certainly can't go dancing pulling an oxygen tank.
Right.
And when you're swollen. And we said, no, you guys have a good time. No, you can come. We'll all help with the take. You know that thing people do? No, we can make this work. and you can't make those things work.
Mm-hmm.
And that was life is never, ever going to be the same again. And none of you are ever going to understand this until one of you is sick or one of you have someone you love who is sick that you are actively caring for. So it's been interesting to watch in the last couple of years as some of those people are facing those things, but it's taken, decades. So yeah, that was that really intense, lonely, because not only did it translate into we were lonely as a couple and our kids were lonely because their former playmates had different worlds to move in that they couldn't. But I also recognized that pretty soon I would be navigating this alone. And then I wouldn't fit anyway because they were going to be couples and I wasn't. Steve, what about you?
Well, I have actually two moments when it really, when the loneliness kind of set in, because as you guys know, I'm pretty upbeat. And I laugh at funerals. So,
as one should.
And yeah, because you see how, they're just saying, you guys knock it off. But I have to say one thing though, Jill was never just a social worker. Okay, let's just get that out right now.
We all know that.
The most beautiful people that ever came into our lives. Thank God for that.
I'm a dog babysitter. That's what I am.
There you go. But I'd have to say, two moments come to me actually. Well, the first is after everybody leaves, after they've taken, Harrell had passed away, and then after Jill had come and everybody had come, and it's when you come back to the house after you've left it for the first time, and you walk in and there's just silence, absolute silence, and there's no life in the house. You can feel that energy that has left. I have to say that when I walked back in right after that's really when lonely kind of came into play. It was like, oh wow, there's nothing here. There's no energy. That life that existed is not here. And you have to just kind of sit down and just go with that, which I did. Luckily for me, I had a beautiful support system around that really was there for me. And you really, really need that when you're entering end of life situation. And as long as if you've got that support system, that's everything right there.
It really is, but that also doesn't take away those intense,
take away that
personal moments.
Right. And so, but that's the one thing, the one time. The other time that really hit me was when I went back to Temple the first time after having Harrell there. And I sat in the area that we always sat in. His chair, of course, was his forklift, as we always called it, it was right next to me. And I remember everything kind of faded out. I didn't hear a thing. Nothing, it didn't matter. I was sitting. Nothing was going through. And I just kind of turned and saw him in the aisle next to me and realized that everything that we had accomplished to get to that point, it was now me taking that on. And nobody can understand that unless you've been there. And that feeling of lonely, it just kind of catches you for that quick moment. It's like, yeah, I'm here alone. And you know what? Thank you for getting me here, because this is what we wanted. So then you just have to take that moment to deal with it and let the sounds and the vision all come back into you. And again, beautiful support system there got me through. And those are the two times I'd have to say that I've really felt that loneliness feeling.
I remember walking into my bedroom for the first time after everybody left, and it was the day that Linda had died, and I walked in to take a shower and realized there was not going to be anybody waiting when I got out.
Right.
And when you've got 3 kids, there's and 17,000 pets, there's always someone waiting. So to be fair, I wasn't, but it's that one intimate person that you're supposed to have waiting for you there that's not anymore. Right?
They're not holding that towel for you and wrapping you up in it and saying, you know what? This is
Right.
nice.
Exactly.
Wow.
Or when you leave the vet without your pet.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
And you've got the collar, but not Adele or Fuzzy or right. It's when you've left them behind. That's that moment too.
Loss is loss. It doesn't matter. A loss is a loss.
What about you, Deb?
I sort of, when so after my mother died, so I had no parents, and, I'm like 41, and we're going to Thanksgiving, which was my mother's. I was going to go to Thanksgiving at Daryl's family. Now, his mom was better at talking about feeling alone or whatever than Daryl at the time. And Daryl didn't get it because he still had a parent. And he also isn't the oldest. So I was anticipating feeling so horrible being there that I just couldn't go there. I just didn't want that feeling of being surrounded by people and not feeling part of things. So that's when Kate and I, my daughter and I, volunteered, and Daryl didn't understand. I said I would show up, and I had to leave him just to not understand. And he didn't understand for 6 more years until his mom died. The other thing after my mom died, and what was interesting, it's not like we were good friends or anything like that, but it was the fact that I no longer could see my reflection of having parents or anything. And Daryl just came home from work. And
Hi,
so,
Daryl.
Hi, Daryl.
and so I felt alone and lonely for, several months coming into the house here, because there wasn't another person, one, grieving like I was, and two, didn't have an understanding when I didn't understand myself. And so night times were hard because then I think more. And so I went and bought myself a teddy bear that was white, like a angel, like a polar bear almost. And I named it Dog Bear because dog spelled backwards is God. And I slept with that teddy bear a lot. I just had to hug something. And, like when I was little and nights were lonely and I would fall out or come out of my crib and I would go talk to my rabbit. My parents thought that was very, very strange. They didn't understand it. Well, the rabbit didn't yell at me. And so I didn't think it was strange at all. And the rabbit listened, and it didn't make fun or call me a crybaby. So I love talking to my rabbit. So it wasn't a big leap to talk to this teddy bear. And I'm 41 years old back then. And I had to have something I could talk to that I didn't feel, and Daryl is a wonderful man and very kind and very considerate, but you're right, until somebody else goes through it.
The
that
recognition and the emotional pitch is different.
Like you can tell even when therapists have gone through different things,
Mm-hmm.
that the way they talk to you, not necessarily disclose to you, but talk to and with you are different.
Right.
It is very different. So that's when I was lonely. And, you know, Jill and I will be using these stories.
We will. Because they're going into our 6-hour program in June in La Crosse.
And my 1-hour program with seniors in next month. I'm testing, comedians go on late night TV, right, to test out new material. I give talks to small groups, and that's where I test out my material.
I might use this at our senior center in March. I do a talk every month at our local senior center. So on grief, and I think loneliness will be one of those topics.
That's same thing with my grief group. Yep. So
thank you, Steve, for being on here. Thank you for those who watched from elsewhere. Thank you for those who are watching afterwards. We appreciate you. We hope you will follow us on Humor, Grace, and Grief on Facebook, as well as on YouTube and all the other places. And we will see you right after the new year.
We will. And say again, Steve.
Wishing all of you a safe and happy new year and safe travels.
Thank you, Steve. Same to you and your kith and kin. And
and my new kin.
And Jill, we have I have to go through. I think we have some speakers in January.
And I did talk to Kristen. Who missed last week. She was caught up with caregiving and was just kind of worn out. And she saw my messages about 6 hours later and went, oops. So, which as a caregiver, that's realistic. It really is. And then my sister actually came up with a topic of things you can do for grievers and those first moments. And I'm going to talk to you, Deb, off camera, but it's a cool idea that she came up with. I'm not going to use specifics for who she did it for. But it's a very cool idea. So I think we've got some other cool things coming.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I love it. All right, everyone.
We'll be back next week. Happy New Year. We'll see you in 2026.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Wow.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Well.